Assalamu alaikum. Today you will learn how to create your first web application using JSP and Servlets in Java. Before moving on to any of the further topics, let me inform you that this is the third tutorial in the series of JSP and Servlets. So if you have not gone through the previous videos, I highly recommend you to go through that tutorial first and then come back to this video. Now without any further ado, let's get started. I will open my Eclipse. If you remember, we have already set up our server in the last video. To create a project, I'll do a right click over here, and since we are going to create a web project, I'll select Dynamic Web Project. In this video, it is asking for a project name. Let's name it something like my first project, and I'll keep everything else as default. Click on next and click on next. For now, I'll leave everything as default. Don't worry about all these configurations. I will teach you all in the later videos. So I'll click on finish. We now have our project. Let me expand this project. Expand the source file, main file. We have a Java folder which is empty as of now. We have a web app folder over here. After creating a project, let me start my Tomcat. So the Tomcat has started. I can see my Tomcat running in my browser. What is the URL for that? It's localhost 8080. Alright, our Tomcat is up, but we have not done anything in our project. Let me create a file in our web app folder. I'll say new, others, and we need a HTML file. Let's name this file as index.html. If you can see over here, the basic structure of an HTML file has already been created by our IDE. That's why we use IDE for better coding experience. In the body tag, let me introduce a H2 heading tag over here. I'll say hello world. Let me increase the font for you so that it is more visible. In order to start this application, right click, go to run as, and run on server. It is asking to select a server. Since we have only one server, that is the Tomcat server, we'll click on this server and click next. Now in this window, it is asking to include our project into the Tomcat server. In the very first tutorial, I have already explained you what is a Tomcat container. If you remember this diagram, inside server, we have a Tomcat container, which contains our application. That means all the applications that are deployed on the server are deployed inside the Tomcat container. So now it would be more clear for you that we are adding our application, which is my first project, into the Tomcat container, right? So you can see it has automatically added our application into the Tomcat container. Now I'll click on finish and restart the server. As you can see, the browser has automatically started and our application is working fine. If you notice here at the URL, you will notice after the localhost 8080, which is the homepage for the Tomcat container, this is our application name and this is the file inside our application. So now it would be clear for you that the URL is nothing but the path to that particular resource or file. We can verify the same from our project structure. Inside Tomcat container, we have our application, which is my first project. Inside our project, we have this file index.html. So now you know how to create a simple web project. Congratulations. This is, my friends, the most basic web application that we have created in Java. In the further tutorial, you will be learning about static requests and dynamic requests and how to implement them using Java. By the way, I have one question for you. The question is, the project that we have created today, is this project based on static request or dynamic request? You can give your answers in the comment section. So do subscribe for future updates. Thank you.